Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of the Age of Decadence. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today, because we're kind of already free of our playthrough situation, of our walkthrough situation here, because I am now gonna just enjoy, from now on I'm just gonna enjoy this huge amount of skill points that I have over here, and that's 104 right there, plus 10 combat skill points that we have over here that I probably will spend at either spear or block, probably both, but we'll see. For right now, we're gonna continue with the main quest. It's gonna be just, I think 13 or 16 skill points. I don't remember exactly how that goes, but let's have a chat here with Domitius Oppius. You see a middle-aged man with a weathered face, half-eaten by a scraggly beard. You ask if he's Domitius Oppius, and the man nods and steps back, letting you in. "What can I do for you, stranger?" asks Domitius tiredly. Lord Antidas sent me to find the temple. You were my first stop." "I don't see how I can help you, since I never found it," says the man cautiously. "You know more than I do. At the very least, you can tell me where the temple is not." "Well, I suppose it's not really a secret. According to the map, the temple is somewhere northeast from Tehran, but the map hasn't been drawn to scale, so it's almost impossible to pinpoint the exact location. What's worse is the map's been drawn before the war. So many places the map refers to are no longer there. There were reports of buried temple east of Madoran, so that's where we started. We set up camps and started combing the desert, looking for signs of the temple. The problem is the desert never stays the same. Wind constantly shifts the sands, making dunes and moving them at will. Entire towns have been known to disappear under the shifting sands, so looking for a buried temple in the desert is like looking for a needle in a haystack. Still, we were optimistic, but that's when the attacks came. Attacks? We were too close to Madoran, too close for Gallius' comfort. I'm not sure what he thought we were doing there, but it's very clear that he wanted us gone. At first our scouts started disappearing, and then smaller camps came under attack. After losing a third of our men and some gear, we were forced to pack up and leave. Tell me about this buried temple. Several caravan masters reported seeing a buried complex emerging from the sand, the top of some pyramid surrounded by towers. They said it was pretty big as Tehran even. Do you believe them? Oh, their account were consistent, and they had no reason to lie. At the same time, desert often plays tricks on one's eyes, so perhaps they all saw what wasn't there? We kept moving northeast until we came to a dead river and the ruins of some dock. The riverbed was covered in fog. We could see the remains of some ships, but not much else. We lowered several men down there and sent them to look for a way up, but they didn't return. Then we split our group in two. One went north and to look for a way to cross the river, the other went south. I was with the group that went north. We didn't find a way to across, but we found something far more interesting, a temple carved into the face of a mountain. At first we even thought we'd found a temple, that the gods led us to it. What happened to them? What happened then? We rushed inside. We really thought that we'd found it, but we all knew what Antidas was after. Had the temple already been looted, it would have been worthless. We had to find something valuable to bring back, something that would have made us all rich men. We had good lore masters with us, Antidas spared no gold getting the best men, and they were worth every coin. They knew what to look for and what to do with it before any of us could even blink. They went through this temple like hounds following the scent. They found hidden chambers and a moving platform to take us down to the lower levels. We thought we found the inner sanctum, but instead we found hell itself under our very feet. I knew what it was the moment I saw it. Hellgate, from the old stories. I begged the lore masters to leave it alone, but they were lost in the machines. I doubt they heard a word I said, and so I left them to their fate. A few men went with me, but most stayed there. When the ground shook, I knew the fools had awakened the machines. Then we heard the first screams. We knew better than to go back and try to save anyone. Is that why you've never tried to find the temple again? It changed something in me. I mean, we've all heard the stories about the olden days, but when they become real right before your eyes, you start thinking, what other stories are real? What if Gallius is right to fear the artifacts? Maybe we really should lock them up and throw them away the key? I hope you never find it, says Domitius quietly. What about the other group, the one that went south? I never heard from them again. I assume they're all dead, much like the rest of the expedition. Do you remember where the temple is in the mountains? Somewhere northeast from here. A few weeks' journey, maybe more. I wish I could be of more help, but my job was to keep moving forward and secure the temple, not to fiddle with an astrolabe. Whose job was it to fiddle with the astrolabe? Gallius Levinus. He was the best cartographer I've ever worked with, but I'm not sure he can help you much either. He was with me all the way and it changed him too. He stayed with me for a year, mostly staring blankly and talking to himself. Then he went to Ganazar. Antidas mentioned the Tower of Zamadi as well. Antidas wanted us to find a way in. I told him that we should stay clear of it, but he didn't want to hear that. What else can you tell me? I've often wondered about the map itself over the years. The map that I have? What? The map itself? What map? Did Antidas have another map before? Am I missing something? I don't know. I've seen a fair number of them, and none of them made by a cartographer. My guess is that they were made by the temple's acolytes. They did their best, but they didn't really know what they were doing. My question is why? It's almost as if they knew that something was coming, and were told to make maps to ensure that the temple will be found one day. Yeah, maybe. I guess it's just him thinking. We never... in my couple of times that I finished the game, I didn't really see anything pointing towards this. Yeah, it's not divine intervention. Maybe actually now that I think of it, maybe that makes sense. Without spoiling too much to those of you that haven't seen the ending of the game, what he's alluding to here is that the guys that made the map, or the ones that let the maps be made, were trying to have people find a temple. And I think that's because the interesting part here is not where the temple is or what the temple is for, is who drew the maps. Because sure enough, the guys that drew the maps wanted people to find a temple, but who were they? Were they the creators of the temple? Yeah, I think I understand now what he means. Or not what he means, but what's behind this one. Yeah, thank you for your help. Did I get any skill points? I think I must have. When you step outside, you're immediately surrounded by Aurelian guards. Oh, I am wearing the same colors as them. And probably, no, not the same helmets though. I like this one though. I could, you know, broom my floor with it. And shine my shoes. Which is actually not possible because these things weren't like this, if I remember correctly. I've seen a few Centurion helmets and, well, they don't have the things in the top. And they were probably made, as far as I know, they were probably made of, like horsehair and stuff like that, some plumage and stuff like that, and it doesn't stick like this. Unless it's really feathers and stuff like that, but they didn't. I think, yeah, I don't know if that works like this. Anyway, Lord Gallius desires the pleasure of your company, he says formally. It would be most unwise to refuse the invitation. And if I refuse, you will die. If not now, then later. His lordship merely wishes to discuss an area of common interest with you. Had he wanted you dead, he would be dead already. Sure, I guess. Do I want to kill these guys right now? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to take them on. Not with the skills that I have. Alright, let's go see him. Let's go see this Lord Gallius. Because I avoided seeing him when I arrived. Oh, look at him. He's facing us. Man, way better than Antidas already. But yeah, I avoided seeing him when we fled the Imperial Guards that were escorting us. And that's hair quotations right there. Escorting us to Madoran when he came here. But yeah, we didn't come here. We ran. So he doesn't know who we are. You enter the main hall. At the far end of it, Lord Gallius holds court, receiving daily visitors in the order of their importance. A row of guards form a barrier between the lord of the house and the petitioners, with blank stares on their faces. Another row forms a semicircle around Gallius, their eyes constantly scanning the crowd. So Antidas tried to find the temple until the very end, asks Gallius. He speaks with like a true statesman, addressing an invisible audience rather than speaking directly to you. Last time, he sent a small army. This time, he sent you. Are you that good? Or was Antidas that desperate? Why do you care? Because those who don't understand what they are doing are the ones who should be watched the most. Do you have any idea what it is that you're trying to find, even though your master is dead? They say it was a place of great power. Would you deliver that power, abandoned for a good reason, mind you, to those who will put it to use without hesitation? Would it destroy what's left of our lands? Would you rather I deliver it to you? I'd rather it remain lost, but since there is no shortage of fools willing to look for it, I want to find it and seal it for good, and I want to help you to... I want you to help me. Do I want to help him? I don't think I want, but I don't need... And if I say no, then I'll tell you that I will never allow this power to fall into Antidus's hands. Well, he's dead, isn't he? You just said that. No matter the cost. Should you do the right thing and help me seal the temple, I will not overlook it and reward you generously. Thus, your choice is between being hunted and killed and being rewarded and elevated. Not a hard choice at all. I'll consider it, yeah. We'll see. Gallius tells the guards to take you back, and they dutifully escort you to Domitius' house. Okay, perfect. There we go. We got 12 skill points right there. So this means a lot of things. A lot of things. Well, I'm really itching to explore is the Abyss, because we didn't get to explore it either as Cato. I think Cato would have been able to get... No, maybe not, actually, now that I think of it. But yeah, we didn't get to explore it as Cato, we didn't get to explore it as Klepta, and now Tertius wants to explore it. So, the problem with the Abyss is that you either have a thing that Klepta has, the head, which is the, there's an amulet that basically serves you, makes sure you breathe. I think that's how it works. But we don't have that thing. I don't know exactly where it is, but I need to find it, basically. I need to find the... It's a breathing mask, that's right, that's the word. So let's go to the slums. Actually, let's go. I'm kind of torn right now. No, okay, so let's save the game here and let's go to the slums. It should be alright. You arrive at the infamous Madaran slums, greeted only by an oppressive silence settling around you. Filth-clad figures pay you little notice as they paw through refuse piled against dilapidated buildings, yet you can feel hostile eyes watching you from the shadows. You're keenly aware that even the guard have long since chalked this place up as a loss. Their patrol routes avoid a squalid maze of collapsed buildings and makeshift shelters. The only authority in here is the Thieves' Guild. You can just make out their headquarters in the distance, the shattered dome of the High Temple, an everlasting mockery that serves as a reminder of this district's fall from its former grandeur. Let's explore. You must be lost, says a man in his 50s, looking at you with interest. People who don't belong here don't come often, so they always stand out. I'm Leon. It's been more than 20 years since I've ended up in the slums. I thought I wouldn't last a day, yet here I am. What do you want? An honest pay for an honest day's work. No more, no less. You've heard about the slums, yes? It's not for the faint-hearted, so what you need is a local guide to keep the riffraff away from you and you away from the riffraff. It's almost like 2 jobs in one, but I'll ask only for 100 coins, if you can spare it, of course. No thanks. Yeah, I think my streetwise should take care of me for right now. I'm not about to pay him anything because that's also not good. There's no point to do that. If you watched my first playthrough, yeah, my first playthrough as Cato, you know exactly why it's not a good idea to go with that guy. Yeah, he's all words and honey and all that, but don't trust him. Don't trust him. That's just my advice. Anyway, let's have a chat with this lunatic, a dirty-looking local. You see a tall, dirty-looking man standing near a well and trying to strike up a conversation with his passers-by. And the passers-by, in this case, are me. So let's have a chat with the guy. The man's eyes light up with hope. Want to make some easy money? I found something that nobody else did, but I can't do it alone, he says quickly as if afraid that you'll reconsider. It's the real deal, I swear. Easy money is my specialty, friend. Down there, says the man, pointing at the well. It's deeper than you think. Drive deep enough and you'll find a passage. It's not long, about 50 yards. If you can hold your breath long enough, you'll reach a chamber filled with treasure. We'll split it 50-50. So, what do you say? Are you in? How can you be sure of that? Oh, he saw Bazaar knifing someone the other night. The man fell right in, so we figured that maybe, you know, he had something valuable on him. So Menace dove right in, but didn't find the body. Instead, he found the passage I told you about. So where is he now? He didn't make it back, says the man, avoiding eye contact. He took a bag to haul back all the loot, drove again, and that was the last time I saw him. Looking for you, huh? Get his share just for showing up. So, ready to dive? I guess so. Believe it or not, I don't have anything better to do at the moment. Let's do this thing. Yeah, it's okay to go down there. You're not gonna really die if you mess things up. Let me just make sure that I'm doing everything. I'm looking at my second screen right now because I have some notes here as to what I need to do. And, yeah, we don't... I don't know. The well is looking radiated for some reason. Right now it's looking like... I don't know what that is. I'm not sure if it picks up on the video as well, because I think it does. Looking at my preview right now, and I think it does. Let's save the game before I do anything, and let's go down. The well greets you with green-tinted stagnant water. Okay, so that makes sense, because I see green-tinted water right there. For a moment there, you think that you see your distorted reflection in the water, but then you realize that it's a bloated corpse. Suddenly, you no longer feel thirsty. Let's go down. Yeah, you should not drink from that well. You shouldn't even dive in the well. But yeah, okay. You lower yourself into the murky, foul-smelling water and let go of the well's edge. You can't see anything and you aren't sure you want to, since the locals have a habit of dumping bodies here. Why? Why would they do that? Where do they drink? These guys are crazy. Anyway, you keep probing the walls, looking for that entrance, but find nothing. Let's go deeper. You continue sinking into the depths while exploring the walls, looking for any signs of a supposed entrance. You're ready to give up when the wall to your right ends abruptly, inviting you in. You squeeze yourself into a small opening in the brickwork and swim forward until you find yourself in a small chamber with a vaulted ceiling high enough to contain a small pocket of air. You explore the chamber and find 3 passages leading into different directions. One appears to be sealed shut, but the other 2 seem to be safe to explore. Okay, so... if I go to the left, I think I need to go to the left. Let's go first. Yeah, let's go there, because I think this is a dead end. The passage leads you to a chamber with a partially collapsed roof. If there is another passageway, it's buried under the rubble. Your arrival disturbs the water and wakes up the only inhabitant of the chamber, a bloated corpse who greets you with tentacle-like intestines sprouting from his open stomach. You push the corpse's intestines. Man, I'm always bad with these words. I apologize, I really do, but yeah, it's gonna take a few years before I can say that word on call. But anyway, you push the corpse's intestines aside and dig deep inside the gush in his stomach. Your efforts are rewarded with a large ruby the man must have swallowed before meeting his demise. Let's go back and explore the other passage. The passage seems to be endless, and before long you feel tightness in your chest, signaling that you're about to run out of air. For all you know, the passage could go on for miles, so maybe it's time to turn back while you can. I'm gonna try and go for it, because, well, hopefully we're gonna be able to do that. You push yourself forward, trying not... oh yeah, this one is easy, but these ones are not. So you push yourself forward, trying not to think of the increasing pressure in your chest and a mounting fear. Soon you reach another fork, you see some faint light coming from the left. Let's go to the left. I think I know where that is, but that one is impassable. I think I can go there. Let's try that. Let's go to the left. You almost lose consciousness, having no more than 10 to 15 heartbeats left in you when you see some light coming from above. Push yourself upward. You're standing in what once was a large chamber, partially caved in, and the other end of it is filled with a thick layer of debris. The only objects of interest are a strange doorway standing in the middle of the chamber, an even stranger device, a half-buried control panel, and a metal strongbox. Okay, let's explore the chamber. So where are we right now? Oh, yes, we have been here before. As Klepta. Let's press tab, let's have a look-see. Actually, another thing that I should have done is I should have increased my lore, because I can increase that to 8 now safely without fear of repercussions of terrible things happening. So I can bring it up to 10 if I want to, but I'm not going to do that because lore 8 is about the most we're going to need, I think. Let me just save the game there, and let's have a look at this bookshelf. This bookshelf is empty. Judging by the recent disturbed layer of dust, the contents of the shelves went into Mayonnaise's bag. Okay. That's the guy that died, right? I think so. Reception. See what yourself. You look around for something valuable, leaving no stone unturned. Your dedication is rewarded with a few iron balls and some alchemical compounds. Perfect. No, actually, not perfect. You know what I really need? Alchemy. I really need alchemy. I want to create my own healing salves, but we'll see. Just 5 skill points, not that bad. Alchemy, yeah, I need that. I mean, alchemy is a pretty cool school because if you bring this one up, you can start to see stuff down there that is pretty awesome. You see that? You see that? Pretty awesome stuff that you can make for yourselves. So that will help you a lot in combat as well. But I think I'd rather go with lore, because reaching level 10 in lore is going to be massively... Look at that, 30. It's massive. It's going to be massively hard to reach that one. We're going to need that, because I want to see those blue things of light. Anyway, let's have a look-see at this strongbox. It lacks decorations of any kind, and you don't see anything even remotely resembling a lead. But you see a keyhole, which tells you all you need to know. Okay, let's save the game here, make sure that nothing terrible happens. I fail. I think it's level 4 lockpicks or something. Let's go ahead and do that. Success. The lock... Oh, it's a lower success as well. Pretty cool. The lock protests and resists your every move, but you both know what that it's all for show. It throws in the towel in less than 2 minutes, revealing a treasure trove of relics. 2 power tubes, a respirator, and a dozen of blue steel ingots. That's awesome. That's not a dozen. Just 2 pounds worth of it. Well, I can make my... Yeah, I'm gonna need crafting as well. We can bring that up to 6, I think. I'm kind of torn right now, because... Yeah, the blue steel, I think you need 8 for that. It doesn't say. I've seen a wiki or something, a page that says that, but this is what I wanted. This is going to be very important when we are exploring I think it's going to be required when we are exploring the abyss. Let's see. So why I'm still carrying this for some reason? It's fine. So let's see. What else is there? See what we can salvage here. Let me save the game just in case terrible things happen. Perception success. You look around for something valuable, leaving no stone unturned. Your dedication is rewarded with a sizable pile of coins, still in mint condition, a few ingots of blue steel, and a real prize. What? The blue steel is already a real prize, man. Buried in the debris. 2 ingots of dark gray metal that's not of this earth. Okay, so it's... Oh, just 2 ingots. Okay, so apparently each ingot is like half a pound. Okay, that's fine. So this is meteor. This requires 10. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I guess so. So I could craft, like, for example, an asta. So that's 2, that's 4, that's 6, that's 8, and that's 10. Yeah, that's meteor, that's blue steel, this is steel, this is iron, this is copper. But there we go. We have ourselves our first little bit of meteor. I'm not sure I'm gonna go with 10 crafting though, because yeah, our build is probably not gonna allow for that. So we got a few things here. Let me just see if I can find anything else. There's nothing else here. Okay, so let's look at this thing, because last time we were here we couldn't do anything, but now I think we are gonna be able to do something. Let me save the game. And it's a strange thing that for it leads nowhere, yet it's clearly a complex mechanism rather than a simple doorway. Heavy metal pipes connected to the control. Let's read from here. Heavy metal pipes connected to the control panel and a strange device sitting next to it and disappear into the floor. Delicate silver pipes coiling around the glass tubes filled with what appears to be liquid metal are set deep within the frame, their purpose unknown. Of course, all doorways must lead somewhere. You don't need to be a genius to figure that out. The question is where and how. Yes, it is. The control panel is destroyed beyond repair. You doubt that there is a lore master would know what to do with it. Yeah, so maybe it's just gonna... Wait a minute. Now, we didn't need the control panel in Inferii. I was thinking maybe... Nah, that wouldn't make sense. I was thinking maybe this is a way back from Inferii. We can enable it and then come back from Inferii if we add this. But I don't know. Probably not. Let's see what I can do here. It looks like a large glass lamp, a glass tube, or what's left of it, enclosed in a rusty metal cage designed to protect the glass from the damage. Unfortunately, the device wasn't designed to withstand a cave-in. Oh boy. Let's see, where was I? Yeah, there it is. And the glass is cracked and broken in places. It's still glowing, though. It's similar to the one you have. The stories mention that the ancients knew how to capture the store the power of the sun. The drawings that illuminated such tales pictured small suns shining brightly in a magical cage held by wise and noble magi. The reality has proven to be far less glamorous, of course. Some broken glass is in a rusted, bent cage. You remove the protective cover. The portal powers up. So basically, I put in a power tube. The portal powers up with a low, steady humming sound. The inside of the frame starts glowing. The air flickers, and suddenly, a blue light fills up the doorway, forming a glowing wall emitting a strange sound. Can I take it off? I can. Okay, good. Good. Okay, so let's go in this thing. Where to, though? New places. I have never seen this, I don't think. Beyond the portal lies a strange dim chamber crowded with long-dead devices. The centerpiece of the dusty apparatuses is a humongous glass tank, like a giant spider in a web of cables linking it to the other machines. An enormous door about big enough for a charioteer and a team of 2 gives access to the tank. Let's explore. So this is... We have seen these. Oh no, it's not. This is... What the hell? It's a hologram. It's not a sphere of crystal. What? They are different now. They weren't like this before. Were they like this before? They looked weird. Apparently I can use it. It's not the same thing that we found But game auto save right there. Oh. Oh. Oh, I think I know where I am. No. Do I know? I think I know where I am. How the hell do I get down here? It's the portal. You guys remember where I am? I'm where Klepto went with the... I forget the name. The leader of the Thieves' Guild. Yeah, he came down here and healed himself with this machine. So, oh, that's... Oh, okay. So this is the... Oh, I didn't know about that. Cool. So, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So this is why I came here. I didn't know it was because of this, but yeah, I knew that it was something down here, that was something important, but I didn't know it was gonna be this. I really thought it was just gonna be this thing, the respirator, but nope, it's this machine. This machine is gonna do wonders for us, hopefully. Let's touch this thing and hope that nothing blows up in our face. As far as you can tell, the semi-sphere is carved from a single crystal and polished to perfection. It's the same thing. It's framed in a large metal band covered with dimly glowing symbols. You touch one of the symbols and the crystal's surface changes almost instantly. Tiny fracture lines appear, rearrange themselves, and disappear as quickly as they come. Let's see if I'm gonna be able to do this, because before with Kato, he couldn't do until the very end of the game. So let's see. I think I'm gonna be able to bring lore up to 10 if I can't. Yeah, you almost figured it out. If you put your hands this way and then... Never mind. Okay, so let's see what I can do here. Can I bring my lore up to 10? I can! Perfect! Okay, guys. We are gonna see this thing. Let's see this thing. I saved the game right there. Make sure I don't overspend, because we're gonna need the skill points. Let's see what we got here. You rest your hands on the cool surface of the semi-sphere and try to clear your thoughts. Slowly, images from the databanks rise from to the surface of the display like colorful fish rising from black depths. As you grow accustomed to the experience, the disconnected scenes begin to rush forth all at once, until you gradually figure out how to sort and slow them. So let's seek the information on the portal network. A glowing honeycomb of portals surfaces on the crystal semi-sphere. There is a flash at the very center, and tiny stars radiate outwards on the network. When the stars reach a junction, they split into 2 or 3 new stars and continue to the end nodes. Upon reaching their destination, the lights blink 3 times, then disappear as the portals fail to respond. Oh. So it's showing me the network. One by one, the stars and the portals vanish until... With the sequence ended, only 2 remain. One is represented by a ziggurat, the other a tower. The image flashes red and disappears before you can do anything. Okay, so these are the portals that are active right now. The tower, I suppose it's Zamadi Tower, but that one is not active. I don't remember it being active. We can activate it for sure, but excuse me. But much besides that, I don't think. Anyway, let's look at the any recordings. The doors slide with a whisper. This is the recording that's playing right now. The doors slide with a whisper into the wall, and 2 assistants in thick leather aprons and blacksmith's gloves wheel in a cart with a grotesque body laid upon it. For some reason, it's also strapped down. "Get him into the tank," the Magus says, in an unemotional, even bored voice. The creature clearly makes little impression on him. "It's his 2nd time this month," says the man next to him, wearing an impossibly white robe. "I think he likes it here." "What's not to like?" replies the Magus, shaking his head as the assistant moves warily around the sides of the cart. "I'll need a full report this time, including the rat count, just in case." He keeps forward and it's like a hospital, I suppose. He steps forward and raises his voice as if addressing a group of gladiators on the arena floor. "Our patient must be able to walk out of here under his own strength in 2 weeks. No more, so let's get to work. Braun, hook up the life support first and he'll be brain dead in half an hour. The patient needs a full organ bypass, but we have the machines for that now. As soon as the blood prep is done, we can figure out what to keep and what to throw away. Anything running at 80% or less, we swap out. We don't want him back in a week for kidney failure, do we?" A rumbling growl comes from the giant's chest as he arcs his back, clawing with one meaty hand at the restraints. A red stain seeps into his bandages, and the air above him wavers from the heat of his skin. "Drain his hydrogenic sac now," yells the man in white, his calm control wavering. "If his inhibitors levels fall too low, we'll lose the entire mountain." What the hell is this thing? The assistant scrambled to fix several tubes, some carrying enriched blood, others an unknown blue compound, into a series of small artificial apertures in the giant's torso. Soon the patient is stable and they begin to work on shifting him into the tank. "Well done," says the Magus. "We do what we can," says the man in white, "but it only gets harder. Hellfire? If he is barely conscious..." He doesn't finish it. We lost 4 legions, says the Magus. If that's what you're asking, we took one. If that's what you're asking, we took one of them down as well. So it's 2 against 2 now, not 4 against 3. But Agathoth isn't a fighter, so do whatever it takes to keep Hassatur alive. So this is Hassatur, one of the not the divines, basically the gods or whatever from back then. If we lose him, our casualties will go up tenfold. Okay, so basically, yeah, so it's like so they were. Apparently, Agathoth isn't a fighter, which bodes well for our chances, because that's the temple we're going to. No spoilers here. Trying to. But Hassatur... Oh, anyway, that's that. That is that. I don't know what Hassatur is. Like, can I take a look at over here and see if we have any description on him? No, not really. Okay, well, in that case, I think it's time for us to say goodbye for today. That was very interesting. Very, very interesting. But anyway, that's gonna be it. I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been the Age of Decadence. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.